All right. Dad's in recovery. Got a pretty solid message for you today, I think. Do you know who's been getting back to me? Who I've been hearing from is the women. Comments, connecting. So your mothers, or your ex-wives, or your current wives think this is a good idea. And I've been thinking, I've been soul searching a little bit. What is it about men? I mean, and I remember when I was a kid and I had kids, I was in my 20s, and it was hard for me to trust other men. I didn't have relationships with other men really a lot, and so it was hard for me to trust men, and to I didn't even know that I needed help really as a dad. First of all, I didn't plan to be a dad, and then all of a sudden I was a fucking dad, and then I thought, okay, let's give this a shot. But I didn't really have a lot of information on how to be a dad, period. And I didn't know what I didn't know, and I didn't know where to go get what I didn't know, and so this is why I'm doing this. And there's a lot of men, hundreds of men, thousands of men, maybe tens of thousands of men who have kids, and the relationships are sometimes really questionable. Divorce, and we're seeing the kids now and again, and where we've moved on, we've got a second family, and I'm not in the game. I don't want to shame anybody. I want to support men. This whole thing is about supporting you through this thing. This is not, it's not a feel good workshop. We're going to look at each our stuff. We're going to shine a light on the subject, and we're going to be there with, my hopes is we're going to be there with 75 plus other men. And so good shit's going to come out of this. We're going to realize that we're not alone, right? And my goal is to really lift the profile. I want you to leave this event knowing how important you are, and and getting the experience of other men, and realizing that you're not alone, and that other men have gone through tough stuff, and also to realize that the mothers of our kids love them, generally speaking, and often we've screwed things up. So we're going to look at that shit. We're going to see how we can together begin to rebuild that. And this is just the beginning. My plan is, it goes out quite far. I plan to be able to have dad events where the kids come, and to do things together, and for men to be able to, even if you're not there with your kids, to be able to be there and support other men. So this is I guess, a bit of a movement, not just a one and done thing. So the 29th of March, coming up really quick. I need you to get in touch with me or share this. Talk to other men, and there's men out there, and I mean, how do I qualify to do this? Well, I'm a dad in recovery since day one. Since day one, I sobered up. My daughter was 6 months old, and I had no tools, and I didn't know how to be in a relationship. I certainly didn't know how to be with a woman or be married, and I was a self-centered uh, addict alcoholic, but my kids have grown up, and two of them are in recovery, active in recovery, and so it's worked, and I have grandkids, and somehow, I'm not the best picture of a dad, but somehow it's worked. And so I want to share that, and I want to ask good questions and help men to realize that A, that they're not alone, B, that this job is really important, and I'll have some tips on how to to heal relationships with your own dad, and how to heal relationships with the mother of your kids, and how to heal relationships with your children. I can't begin to tell you how many men that I've met in their 40s and 50s and 60s that have their adult children are estranged. Well, we're going to get through some of this stuff, okay? So this isn't just for young men with young families. This is for a broad spectrum of men, and the older men are going to come and share their experience with the younger men, and yeah, it's all going to be on the table, but in a a beautiful friggin' way. So that's it. Love you guys. Share this. If you do watch this on YouTube, subscribe, make a comment, say something. Geez, say hello, and let's have a conversation. And text me. I'll put my number in the notes. And that's it. Love you guys. Love you men, and love your kids. It's about the kids, right? And it's about breaking the cycle. You know, generational fucked upness that happens with alcoholism and addiction. And it starts with us right now. Okay. Love you guys. Cheers.